Hey Sagittarius, I hope you're doing fantastic. All right, so your oracle card is Lalak, okay, and this is paying attention to anything, any weight that forces your wish to put into play. So basically, um, anything that you wish for, you can have, okay, but be careful of the excessiveness, if that makes sense, because one of the examples they use with this card is you can irrigate plants to make them grow, right? But if you over irrigate, then you can flood them. So this is talking about making sure that you're reality focused when it comes to whatever you want, whether it comes to the past, whether it comes to somebody from the future. So again, whatever you want, you can have. Just be realistic about it, okay? Just be realistic. If you want to get back together with somebody from the past, what is it that needs to take place in order for you guys to start something healthy or regain a positive foothold? If you want to move forward and leave the past behind, what do you need to do that? How do you cut your losses? How do you get your closure? The next card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have the Five of Wands or Five of Wands, chaos, priorities, competition. So for a lot of you, you may have different people. You may have somebody currently in your present, somebody from the past coming back, and possibly somebody coming in the future. The Five of Wands again talks about chaos and getting your priorities straight. So this is the time when you're getting your priorities straight. This is the time when a lot of you are going to be focused on, and for some reason they just said a big deal. So in essence, you know, the whole, and that's for a lot of people. I mean, you could be like, okay, come on, Dark Dove, that's normal, right? But in essence, are something that oftentimes brings the reminiscing back. And so the five of Wands talking about kind of how am I going to play out the rest of the year? You know, do I want to get back together with the past? If that's even an option. For some of you, it's not an option at all. You're like, no, we're ghosting each other, whatever. For some of you, do you even want somebody in your future? Some of you would prefer to just be kind of single and do your own thing. Nothing wrong with that, but really it's about making some sort of decision and figuring out where you want to go. Again, based in reality, because some people are like, oh, well, I want to get together with my ex and I want things to be, you know, rainbows and Skittles, and it doesn't quite work that way. And some of you are like, well, I want to get over my ex and meet the, you know, the love of my life, and that's fine. But some of you may still need that closure or to deconnect from that past relationship. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Three of Ghosts, the Three of Cups. Celebrating, enjoying your time again. But in essence, the Three of Ghosts is talking about, or Three of Cups is talking about celebrating, getting together with friends. Now, in essence, get together with people, enjoy yourself, FaceTime. Okay, there is things such as FaceTime, email, online dating. So just enjoy yourself. You need some time to enjoy yourself, but figure out where you want to go, because it kind of feels like you're a little bit all over the place. One minute you're like, I miss the past, and the next minute it's, you know, what does the future hold? I want something different. The next card you have is your distant past. Over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood. You have the Star card, which is Aquarius's card, so you could be dealing with Aquarius. The best thing about the Star card here, especially being in your past, is the universe is telling you to wake up. Be insightful. Figure out what it is. At one point you had a plan, or at one point you knew where you're going, and you knew that even if you shot for the moon, yes, cliche, what it was you wanted, and then just being inspirational and inspiring yourself really to go after what it is that you want. So the universe is saying, you know, don't dwell on the negative energies of the woulda, shoulda, couldas or whatnot. Go and get what you want now. In the past, for some of you, you've had what you've wanted before. And now the question is, how do I regain that? Or how do I get that back? Or how do I re-immerse myself in something that I really, really, really liked, but maybe with a different person, different situation? The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past 2 weeks, past month or two, and you have the 10 of Pumpkins or the 10 of Pentacles. Legacy. This is what you're looking for, the legacy. You want to have and hold forever, whether it's marriage or not, whether you just want a partnership. Some of you want kids, some of you want to adopt fur babies, whatever it is for you. This is you saying, where, you know, I'm building my treehouse. Where do I want to build my treehouse, and who do I want to build it with? And I want this to be forever. Some of you are just tired of the craziness. Yes, you want to get out, and yes, you want to meet new people, but you don't want the chaos of it all. And that's totally understandable. In fact, lately I've been doing a lot of private reads for people who are just like, you know, I'd love to get out, or I'd love to do something, or I'd love to meet people, but I really don't want to have to get on crappy dating sites. I really don't want to have to do, but it's like I've said to a lot of people, but literally, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself? And you guys are ready for the forever. Even if the forever's an adventure buddy for the rest of your life, whatever it is for you, you guys are definitely ready. So, in essence, like with this card, the Oracle card, it's talking about, okay, realistically, where are you going? Are you going to marry, is Prince Henry going to get divorced and you're going to get married to him? No, not going to happen. But, and somebody out there just was like, well, you don't know that. Like, literally, like, that's where I'm talking about being realistic. What does your future look like in the sense of what can you accomplish? What do you want to achieve? Now, you can accomplish anything you want. But again, it takes two. So if you're wanting the past and you want something to come to fruition with somebody from the past, are you guys both on the same page? Or if you want nothing to do with the past, are you ready to move on? Have you found that closure? The next card you have is your distant future. So for the next few months, and you have the Death card. I love the Death card. It's not a physical death. The Death card's actually a beautiful card. It's Scorpio's card, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio or have Scorpio placements in your chart. But the Death card is about transformation, rebirth, change. So for a lot of you, this is one of the things that this card represents from the book is the irrigation of plants. You can overwater. So how can you both come together and make this happen if that's what you want, and both feel as though your needs are being met, that you're listening to each other, that compromises are being made that don't become resentments in the future. And then for others of you, this transformation is, I want nothing. Oh, and he's watering plants. I didn't even notice that. For others of you, this is, you don't want to look back. You don't want anything to do with the past, and therefore you're ready to move towards the future. But it's going to take that transformation because you need to purge that past energy. It's almost like a push-pull when you go online and you start dating, or when you whatever, there still seems to be that bubbling up of the past. So if you truly, truly, truly feel as though moving on from the past is the best thing for you, then, purging that or getting closure there, even if you can't get physical closure, you can't get, communication, whatever the case may be, you can get the closure that moving on is the right direction for you. For a lot of you, it seems like it's a temporary, that's interesting. For a lot of you, it seems like it's a temporary release and then possibly a comeback, especially is the Three of Pumpkins, okay? The Three of Pumpkins is the Three of Pumpkins. The Three of Pumpkins is the Three of Pentacles, which is a third-party situation. So some of you are dealing with somebody who's in a third-party situation. Maybe they're married. Maybe you're married. Maybe there's other things going on. For a lot of you, though, this is you're conflicted. So you want to date new people, but you're not ready to let go of the past, and vice versa. Again, cross-watchers welcome, but this can be reversed. But there's some of you out there who kind of want the best of both worlds. Like, you don't necessarily want to give up the past because you still care about the past and you love the past, but you don't trust the past, or there's no security there yet, or you haven't rebuilt that. And you also are kind of interested in seeing what's out there. So this doesn't come across as being like oh, this person's still with other people, and so be very careful there. I'm not getting any warning. Usually they give me kind of like a burning sensation or a kind of push, like, be careful here because this person coming back, they're married, whatever. You knew that situation. If this person is married, or if they are with people, or whatever the situation is, you knew that already. So this isn't like a shock to whoever out there already knew that situation. This feels more like you kind of want to delve into both worlds. You're not ready to necessarily let go of the past, but you're not ready to not, like, you want to see what opportunity. The next card is your tangible position, anything that's going to happen. You have the Queen of Pumpkins or Queen of Pentacles. So somebody's going to come towards you. They want to have a conversation with you. You're going to be generous. You're going to have a conversation with them. This is more than likely older energy, so energy from your past, because the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's wise, somebody who's learned lessons from the past. And so this is enabling you to deal with the past with open communication, generosity, but also with withholding your emotions from letting them get the best of you, because you already realized that that hasn't helped you progress in the past with this person. When the emotions get overloaded, the blinders go on. The next card you have is how you're feeling, and you have the Nine of Imps or Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is like rearing to go. The Nine of Wands is capability, stamina, strength. This legitimately talks about whatever situation comes your way, you can handle it. So there is going to be a toss up here, or there is going to be, and one or two other signs have gotten this month, where it's like you're right on the brink of getting or moving away from a certain connection, but then and seeing what's out there, but then at the same time you can't quite let that go. And the Nine of Wands is saying you can handle anything that comes your way, whether it's new or old. You're going to figure out what's best for you. But I do feel like you're dabbling a little bit in both, and again, nothing wrong with that. The next card you have is the Page of Pentacles is assessing a situation, but you have all the information. So maybe you've already communicated with the past, or maybe they're going to come in and they're going to give you the answers that you've been seeking or wondering about. And then if you are looking towards the future, you're kind of in the situation of, I know what that future looks like to me now, and so I'm not going to veer too much off that path. I'm not willing to compromise on things that maybe you've compromised a lot on before. Now your outcome is the Eight of Swords or Eight of Bats. Self-imprisonment. So you know where you want to go, and then you hold yourself back. And then you know where you're going to go, and then you hold yourself back. Or you finally get over this connection, you're dating, you're starting to talk to people online, and then the past comes back, and you're like, damn it, past, you keep doing that, you're making me crazy. So it's a push-pull. With the Eight of Swords is talking about self-imprisonment, confusion. You're the only one, though, who can make the decision. Literally, decision. Literally, past is waiting to kind of see what you want to do. The future is yours for the taking if you want it. So it's about figuring it out. But here's your sticking your head in the sand like an ostrich, because the Eight of Pentacles is work, 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 work. It's almost as if when it really comes down to what direction am I going, you go, I'll think about it in a little bit. I'm not going to make this decision right now. And it's not a bad thing. It just is coming down to this Death card. Okay, you have the Death card twice. Again, Scorpio's energy. So you could be dealing with Scorpio. But the Death card talking about transformation, rebirth, and change. This is a change, come on, you know, it has needed to come for a long, long time. This is a change that you know, whether it's getting back together with the past, somebody that you've ignored, ghosted, blocked, or you guys haven't talked in a year. Whatever it is, if a rebirth is supposed to happen, you'll feel it, you'll know it. And if change is on the menu right now and there's no going back, then progress. Basically, this is saying it's time to progress. It's time to move forward in whichever decision that you want to make. But again, in reality, because for some reason, there's some people out there, and it could be one person that it resonates with, that's going, well, I mean, I can still hang with my past and just be friends, but then get to know people in the future. Usually that doesn't work out very well. So just be realistic on the expectations on what your situation is now. So whichever direction you're going, like I said with this Ten of Pentacles too, is the forever. Okay, so it's either you're going to make up with the past, and this is a more long-term situation, or the past is gone, you're moving forward, and it's going to be a very significant relationship, not just a, you know, friends with benefits type hookup, which, I mean, have your fun. There are no judgment zone here. It's just, this is whatever the Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups for you, whatever brings you peace, whatever brings you joy, whatever your long-term goal, your legacy is, that's what's coming towards you, whether it's new or old. The Page of Swords is what rolls this out or ends this out. And the Page of Swords is seeking the truth. But here's the thing, as I said, you have the truth. You have it with this Page of Pentacles here. You know it. So it's almost like you keep repeating, or trying to see, did I miss something? Am I not seeing something? The Page of Swords is also about writing your own book. Like, you have the decision to press play or press rewind. and you know you do. And so the Page of Swords is like, this is news you've been waiting for. Messages are arriving. You know, you're keeping your eyes open, but also embracing the change. So for a lot of you, this is somebody from the past coming in, and there is a potential for something big to transpire here. So again, keep that in mind that whichever direction you go, they're telling me there's no like win-lose situation. It's a win-win. You'll make the decision that's best for you. You're just being a little stubborn. Stubborn? Never. You've got to be kidding me. I don't know a stubborn, not a one. Just my dad and mom. Anyways, just throwing that out there. So, the Secret of Shinobi. This is your oracle card, and this talks about it's soon enough you're going to be ready to stand and figure out everything you need. Like basically, you're on the edge of a mountain and you can see what you need to do. So this is saying let things unfold in your mind, in your own privacy, what you're doing, what you want to do, and then make your decision. Because some of you are going back and forth and you're confusing the past or you're confusing the future. So this is talking about when it's time, you'll know and you'll make the final decision. But until then, be patient, but also be careful in who you're kind of dragging in and out of this. And I know that sounds weird, but there's some people who truly, genuinely care about you, who are interested in reconciling with you, or new people who are potentially interested in really having a fast forward future with you. And I think you're giving off a little bit of mixed signals, and there's nothing wrong with that. But eventually, like, why don't you do that and then make your decision and then come out and say, okay, this is where I'm going. Because you also don't want it to be a retraction of like, okay, somebody doesn't know what they want, so I'll let them figure it out, and then they're off and running, right? All right, I will see you soon. Bye.